Hello, I'm getting better. It's like it's just video so my kids can watch it when I. One thing is like you get like a little burst of energy and then you just want to sleep on the floor like the cat. And don't put it past me. I might just end up on the floor with the cat. So, um, I figured others of you have COVID and you're probably on YouTube looking like, what can I do when I have COVID that'll help me get through this shit? And it's shit, let me just say. Um, watch YouTube. That helps. I go down a rabbit hole. First of all, my feed just shows me all this random stuff because I don't know. I look up a lot of stuff. I watch videos with my kids, so it's like a mixture of things that like I like, but also things my kids like, and I'm like, what the hell do they watch? Stuff that I wouldn't watch if I were picking. Don't tell. But they're into it. This like guy DJ Peach Cobbler, my kid likes, and there's one guy Count Dankula, a Scottish fellow I like to watch. He's libertarian, so we're on the same page, I think. Um, and so anyway, so that kind of stuff comes up, and then I listen to a lot of music during the day, and at night when I meditate, and I have meditation music that'll pop up in the feed, and then meditations themselves. I typically do my own meditations. I don't do guided, but that kind of stuff pops up, and then I've gone down this rabbit hole. Tim Janis, and I'll just connect one of them down below. Has these amazing, like they're these amazing. He's like a pianist or I don't he probably plays more than the piano, but he anyway, it's music that goes with nature videos. And when I was stuck in the house for 15 weeks with my after my foot surgery and I couldn't go into nature, which is the absolute number one place I always want to be. These were like these scenes that were just amazing and fall is like my favorite time of year, so there's just like this stunning photography. He must have a photography team that does it. Um, I'm pretty sure he's not playing the piano while holding a camera, but anyway, now they're going into the like midwinter or winter scenes. So I've gone down a rabbit hole of those, and because I subscribed to him, these other videos come up, and they're like like ambient music while raining in a little house, and whoever does the CGI, I'm gonna put like a whole list of sort of like my favorite one of each of my favorite ones that are out there. I listen to pipe music throughout the day, different tunes that I enjoy playing. Like I said, I can't really play my chanter or my pipes right now because I don't want COVID getting on my reeds because bagpipes are disgusting. If you're a piper, you know what I'm saying. Like our spits everywhere. So um so YouTube has been a lot of fun and like SNL comes up and I'm not a big SNL fan, I have to say. I used to like it way back, way back. But I don't think it's funny a lot of times, but I like Jimmy Fallon. I like some of his clips, and because I did the thing on Jerry Butler, like a bunch of his stuff comes up, and some other celebrities. I don't really watch a lot of that stuff. I don't know. I'm much more likely to listen to something from Tim Janis than look at something. But Parks and Rec comes up in The Office. I didn't really watch. I don't watch TV, so I never watched those series like on TV when they were in. But I've watched clips on YouTube, and YouTube is just a happy place that I can fall into. Um, oh, I just got an ad from the Red Crab that I could go pick up crab meat because that's what I'm hungry for with COVID. So, some tips um, for those of you who have COVID. My number one tip is to rely on, like, don't go out of the house. Like, don't go out of the house. Don't let people in your space. Like, just like you have to be the guardian of the germs. And they've, like back in 2020, like it was a big scramble to figure all this out, but it's 2022. So Walmart and other stores too, like if you live in a city like New York City or I know some place where there's a population. I live in a mountain town. They have like where they'll put the stuff in your car and you just pay ahead of time and then you like leave a tip back in the back of the car. You don't have to tip them. I do because I feel like these people are risking their life to give me Fritos, so I should leave them something. So that is like a really handy tip. And then like people are so kind and gracious and have gone and picked up my mother-in-law like there's enough food here for like an army if an army of people came. But you can also order food like I make a lot of Scottish food, so I always have like haggis and stuff around, and Scottish kinds of food here. So I had stuff, but I can make pretty much anything. I have all like in my freezer. I can make pretty decent meals, but like the little things, like I'm making chicken and rice, and I didn't have any cream of mushroom soup. I can get that at Walmart. Amazon, like, I know people, like, harp on Amazon, but legit, they have same day delivery for some stuff, and then they have, like, next day delivery for other stuff. I got all my medicines, like, I'm an herbalist, so I got all my herbs and stuff that I needed that I was out of. I am so full of herbs right now, and not the herb you're thinking. I don't have time for that, or who can afford to do drugs, those kind of drugs. I have, let me see, um, I have knack right here. Is this your number one little helper? If you have COVID, go and order this. I think it's, I don't know, $20 or something. It gives you energy. I had Vicks Vapor Rub for my son. I actually use eucalyptus oil. I'm allergic to something in here. It makes me break out in hives. And I don't know. I'm allergic. Like any of those, like cream, like commercially made creams have something in it that the BRG cannot handle. So I use eucalyptus and peppermint. So on the other side here. So I will have a list. Eventually, I'll do a video of all of the different um, herbal supplements that I took, and I have to say they help. The one that helps the most, though, I'm gonna say is NAC. Like this is, I take oregano and I take fish oil. I take fish oil every day anyway because it's good for your heart, and elderberry. They have chewables, and that's the one thing I didn't have to like convince my kid to eat because he thought they tasted like candy. He's like, I want more of those. I'm like, no, you cannot overdose on elderberry, young man. But NAC really does like help you a lot, and there's deep breathing techniques that you can do, and if you meditate, you probably already do this, but if you don't meditate, all you do is 5 deep breaths, slow, and then hold the breath for 5 seconds. So do that 5 times, and then lay on your back. Because remember where your lungs are. And I'm an English professor, so I don't squat about anatomy. I had science for English majors, which was hiking. I believe they called that ecology, and then hiking too, which I believe they called geology. So I didn't have A&P. I had it in high school though. So your lungs are in your back. So you want to lay flat on your back or flat on your face and do just deep breathing. And you want to do that, every time you think about it throughout the day, you want to do that just to make sure that you're opening up your lungs and helping them out because COVID is attacks the lungs. So you want to do that, and then you can take cold medicine, just like over the counter cold medicine. My favorite is what is my favorite? Oh, Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus. It tastes so nasty, but you just gotta chug it. I do this thing when I'm drinking it. I do the alphabet. So I do like I take like a sip and I go A B and I take a sip with each one, and that's how I get it all down. And you just can't think about it. You just got to do it, and it helps with the head cold and the stuffiness and stuff like that. When you sleep at night, it helps to like prop yourself up a little bit, so that you can breathe easier if you're having some trouble breathing. I found that I get so cold. I ended up getting my 0 degree sleeping bag out and a second blanket because I was freezing, and then I would get hot, and I even on trail, like it could be the hottest day of summer, and I have to have something over me. So I usually have like a liner that I'm in, but I always have to have like my foot out. Like I have to, I don't know, something has to be out in the air. But I do like to sleep in the cold, so I like blankets. I like to be all snuggly in there. And but I did break out my 0 degree bag, and I would say like the two things that surprised me is you get bouts of energy like I have right now, but then you get like so tired, like instantly. It's like I never really understood the term hit the wall from like a personal perspective. I absolutely understand what people mean when they say that, but I was never in a place where I ever felt that until now. Like you're talking, and it's like. And I could just like seriously go on the floor with the cat and take a nap because I'm so tired. And then the other thing is like you're starving, like you're ravenous, like you like make me an entire Thanksgiving dinner, and then you take like two bites and you're like, okay, I'm full. And I'm kind of like that anyway, but like really, like nothing. I mean, I didn't lose my taste, thank God. And I didn't, well, maybe that would have helped me. Like that could have been my diet plan, but I am what I am and I don't care. But like a telling thing in our family is Dave made lasagna, which my boys will swallow whole, and half of it's left. I don't eat lasagna because I don't eat red sauce, but my kids usually will devour that within like 30 seconds of it coming out of the oven, and it's still there. Like I need it. That's how I know my boys are sick. Um, and so those are some initial tips. We have gone down a rabbit hole of buying way too much crap on Amazon because we can pick it up. I'm sorry, from Walmart because, we can just have it put in our car. I might do that all the time because I hate shopping in stores. And then Amazon, man, they have so many fun things. And mostly I bought medicine and a nebulizer and a neti pot. I mean, kinds of like I do a lot of the traditional stuff and I have my own systems, but I realized my kids weren't going to use. Like I just take a pot of water, boil it up, take it down, and pray over to with the steam. But my kids are less likely to stick their face in a pot of boiling water. And then I just use a homemade system as a neti pot system. And I think all those things are gross. But they were not willing to do that. So I ended up getting like an official neti pot so that, but I think they're still going to refuse to use that. I do have a pulse ox next to me, and I take everybody's temperature like 4 times a day just to make sure, and check in everybody's oxygen to make sure it's above 94. So, and then I chase everybody around with lemons and oranges, citrus. Um, Grapes are really good. Kiwi is really good. What's the other thing? Grapes, kiwi. Oh, green tea. Now, I drink tea all of the time. I am a teetotaler. I'm not a big alcoholic person. I don't drink soda. I drink water a lot on the trail, and I do drink a lot of water. But tea is my thing. And green tea tastes like water that's pretending to be tea. But the properties of green tea are really good. So if you're like me and you like a little bit stronger tea, double up on those tea bags, and that will help you. Honey is the bee's knees. You can, there's all kinds of different kinds of honey, of course, but go for raw and unfiltered. It is the best for you. If you don't like tea or whatever, just take a teaspoon of it. And there's different kinds of honey. There's I like wildflower honey, but there's also another brand of honey that somebody was telling me about that I thought I'm going to try because she takes a teaspoon a day and says the health benefits are great. By the way, you can use honey on your skin and honey in your hair. It's really good. It's a really good, like bees. So smart, those bees. So, so those are my initial tips for how to get through. Keep yourself busy when you can. It was hard for me to read because my eyes watered so much from the head cold part. But now I can do a little bit more reading and just rest. Like get as much rest as you can, but stay hydrated. I mean, everybody always says that when you're sick, but I think the way that COVID works is it festers or celebrates when your throat is dry, so that goes in there and wants to do whatever. So drink as many fluids as you can, and it doesn't have to just be water. It can be tea. It can be you want to stay away from beer and vodka, but just stay hydrated. Oh, and the other thing that helps really, not much for commercial medicines, but Motrin. The one thing I had, I think more than anybody else in my family was aches. Like I felt like I was hit by a bus, and my just walking up the stairs was just like and I hike up mountains, so hiking up the stairs for once it wasn't a foot issue. I was just like it was exhausting, and just sore from head to toe, just tired. Like when you have the flu, it's like you're tired. So Motrin actually helped a lot with that. So these are some COVID tips for all of you out there. I am wishing you all the best in light and love. I promise it'll be over. Please go to the doctor. I called the doctor immediately when I found out that we tested positive. It was on the weekend, so they didn't prescribe us medicine because we were low risk. But then on Monday, when the doctor came in, she sent out the prescription. You want to take that. I can't remember the names of prescriptions, but there's only one that you get for COVID, and you need to take it within 5 days of onset, and you take it for 5 days. A little metallic tasting, so don't take it with water. Take it with juice or with something that has flavor, because I just took it, so it tastes like metal in my mouth. And then rest and keep your doctor up to date if anything goes wonky. And the medicine, I think, is experimental, so definitely keep an eye out for warning signs. And if you have liver issues, it's not a good idea to take it. Um, so that's so my COVID tips. These are my COVID tips. Try to be positive. I meditate a lot, so I'm always trying to be grateful for everything. And also, I was just channeling that I am healthy. I am healthy, and I imagine like God's white light coming through me and like healing with that white light, healing my body and healing. I am healthy. I'm going to get better. I am better. That those positive affirmations. Um, we can make ourselves more sick if we put ourselves in the mind frame of being sick. So we want to be positive and know that this is just a temporary state in our human condition. Because remember, we are souls living a human experience. We are not humans living a soul experience. So we're just meant to go through this physical experience, and an attitude can really help to improve your wellness and health. So, but also go to the doctor, right? I do Western and Eastern medicine. They work together. They're not opposites. No matter what anybody tells you, they are not. They are not opposites. They do work together, and and with all the different things that are out there, the different teas that you can make, and sort of the things that you can help restore your energy and your light. Those things work. In tandem with Western medicine. So I am wishing all of you all the very best in light and love. Be well, stay healthy, and don't lick things. I don't know who in this family licked something. It wasn't me. It was one of them boys. Be well. Bye-bye.